Hello and welcome to another edition of How to Write a Practice Paper. We're doing a question 3 8-mark question today. It is from June 2018 from the First World War. Write an account of how events in the Balkans in 1908 became an international crisis. Now, having a look at the higher order thinking skills from the mark scheme, working our way up in purple for level 1 and level 2, for 1 to 4 marks is basic and simple causes and consequences of the factors that led to the crisis. Working our way up to silver for level 3, 5 to 6 marks, where you can be able to explain the causes and consequences and how one stage raised the tension. And the bar for us is aimed at the bronze, level 4, 7 to 8 marks. I can analyze causes and consequences, and you'll be able to identify the increased tension at different stages which led to the crisis. Now, on the right, when constructing your paragraphs, try to use Peel. So point, evidence, explanation, and then link back to the title. The first paragraph, analysis of how or why tension increased at different stages, and or showing understanding about how much each part of the sequence increased tension and led to a crisis. Now, the Bosnian crisis of 1908 to 1909 added to the complex mix of events that led to the outbreak of the First World War. The period is often referred to as the Balkan powder keg. The Balkans is that part of southeast Europe that's tucked away there at the bottom, opposite Italy, at the top of Turkey, and to the west of Russia. Now, a powder keg, of course, is a barrel of gunpowder, and when this turmoil became entangled with imperialist, that means of empire building ambitions and alliances, it was ready to ignite, that means to explode in the Balkans. The Bosnian crisis was sparked by anger over the annexation of the Balkan regions of Bosnia and Herzegovina by Austria-Hungary. The annexation means to taking over territory, especially when nobody's asked you to. Now, in 1878, Bosnia and Herzegovina were officially part of the Turkish Ottoman Empire, but Austria-Hungary, who was sensing the weakness of the Turkish Ottoman Empire by this stage is called the sick old man of Europe. They occupied the territory with the agreements of the rest of Europe. That's at the Treaty of Berlin of the same year, of 1878. Now, the architect of this agreement was Austria-Hungary's big friend, he of pointy hat on the right, German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who strongly influenced the outcome of the treaty. However, on the 6th of October 1908, Austria-Hungary announced its decision to annex Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Ottoman Empire was angry, and Britain, Russia, Italy, Germany, and France, and the regional power of Serbia all saw this as a violation of the Treaty of Berlin and became entwined in the crisis. Following Austria-Hungary's announcement, Bulgaria too declared its independence from the Ottoman Empire. The Turks, who had ruled Bulgaria, Bosnia, Herzegovina for centuries, were unsurprisingly displeased with the annexation and the declaration of independence, but they were too weak to respond with their military. Now, the second paragraph, the issue of Serbian nationalism Nationalism means that you're putting your country ahead of all other countries, and their ambitions to control all Slavic states in the area was a direct challenge to the overall stability of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Now, the annexation caused international tension, particularly in Russia and Serbia. A strong popular opposition to the annexation developed in Russia. Additionally, Serbia was angered by the annexation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which she had hoped to unite into one Serbian nation. After all, Serbia was on their doorstep. She demanded Austria to give a portion of Bosnia and Herzegovina to Serbia, and Ivolsky, the Russian foreign minister, pressured by this anti-Austrian opinion in Russia, had no choice but to support the Serbian claims. Austria reacted by threatening to invade Serbia, well, the saber rattling there, with Germany as Austria's ally. So they had some big, tough friends at hand. So Russia could not risk a war for Serbia's sake. In March 1909, Ivolsky notified Germany that Russia had accepted Austria's annexation. Although a war was avoided, the Bosnia crisis embittered relations between Serbia and Austria-Hungary. It contributed to the underlying tensions that were ignited when Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo just a few years later in 1914. Thank you very much for listening.